This is a show and a half. Oh my word. I have come back to a real treat. This is brand new resin crafting for you. Brand new here at Highlight Crafts. I'm so excited to be taking you through the next hour up until 12 o'clock because I'm going to be featuring the brand new resin kit that we've got. One that you launched at the weekend with our jewellery. We've got beautiful moulds as well on here, which we're going to be taking you through. We've got equipment that's going to help you with your jewellery making with your resin, alcohol inks, decorative moulds, larger mouldings for those ornamental pieces at home. We have got the whole lot of this. We've even got the flower press if you want to put pressed flowers in your resin, but look at this. This resin is an epoxy clear resin which demolds in 12 hours, and then you get beautiful projects that don't need finishing or sanding, fully transparent, and I've got no air bubbles inside here as well, which is an absolute attribute to the quality of this resin that I'm going to be taking you through. Now, for an entire resin crafting kit, you might be thinking, well, I'll probably invest in a couple of £100 into that, won't I? Fair enough, new kit. No, £45 for brand new. It's all here. Let's go and have a look at it. It is incredible. You can see everything that you get inside this kit. You've got dies, you've got part 1 and part 2. All you need to do is measure it in equal quantities of A and B, and you make the resin formula. You've got all the dyes to pigment it. You've got pipettes, stirring sticks, measuring cups, and protective wear as well to actually use whilst you're crafting with this. It is an amazing kit. I'm really excited for all of you on your resin journey. Before we go into the prices of everything there that we've got on the show, good afternoon, good morning to you all. It's wonderful to have your company. Good morning, Andrea, Karen, Amanda, Jackie, Mrs. H, Maureen, Ria as well. Thank you for joining me and coming through from the previous show and the show before. You probably get sick of hearing my voice, but we've got some wonderful shows to go through together. Before I do go into all of the details, here is how you shop with us at Highlight Crafts. So, if you know how to do it, grab a cup of tea at this point because I'll spend the next minute or so telling you something you already know. But shopping with us is made super simple now. So we're streaming live on Facebook and on Instagram. On those two live shoppable platforms on social media, that's where you can join us every single day here, well, Monday to Saturday, but this weekend we are also on Sunday, live streaming. And we always start at 8 in the morning, so bright and early, so that just before your day starts, you can start crafting. So the way that it works is for every single item that we have out on today's counter, there will be a code for it. So for example, the resin kit is shop large. So all you need to do if you joined us on Facebook or Instagram is in the comments section, type shop large into the comments, and automatically it'll add it to your basket. Now you might be also thinking, well, how does it add it to my basket? Because I don't have a basket on Facebook or Instagram. Well, it's like magic, because what it'll do is automatically send you a direct message, and that message will sit within your inbox. Now, it'll be from Highlight Crafts, and in that message there will be a link, and there'll also be a reservation. So all you need to do is, as soon as the show wraps up, or during the show, if it's fully allocated, you definitely need to do it during the show, is go straight to that message and click on the link that we've sent you. And then what will happen is it'll redirect you straight on over to the Highlight Crafts website. When you get to the website, log it into your Highlight Crafts account. If you've not got one, create one. It's free, quick and easy to do. And that'll get you additional discounts on top of all the prices that you see during the show today. It'll get you free postage when you spend £35 and over after your discounts have been deducted. And also you will build up points being a club member. So that's well worth being a member because you're going to get points which turn into pounds, which come off future purchases, which in the long run saves you money. So it's the best place to be. Along with that, we're also streaming live on the website, so you can join us there too. You can also shop ahead, so you can shop ahead for this and the future hours when you're on the website, and you can also shop ahead for all the items on the show that you've not yet seen. So as we go through the counter, you might be shopping for something that's down this end, whilst I'm still talking about something that's up this end, and we've seen that happening quite a lot today as well, so you know how to shop. As well, we're streaming live on YouTube, and you can join us there too. Right, we're going to go straight into it because Amber has just given me a little bit of a notification that we're already very busy. The brand new resin kit is already 15% in allocation, okay? So it's already flying out, and I can see why, because this is brilliant. It's so easy to use. Now, resin crafting I've shared with you here now for over a year within the resin cast, which is a plaster formula. And I love that process. I will always love it and I'll always work with it because I love my plaster cast and moulds. But epoxy resin was something I always wanted to delve into, but it was something I'd always sort of refrained from doing because I was a little bit cautious about how it works, the curing times, the chemicals, the compounds, all of the things you have to mix in together. That's all been taken out with this process. It's literally just two mediums that you measure in equal quantities. Now, you're going to get two large bottles. Now, each one of these bottles is 32 ounces, okay? So you've got two huge containers of resin. You've got the hardener, which is part B, and you've actually got the resin itself, which is part A. So you get the two big bottles inside this kit, which makes an awful lot of projects. I tell you that now. It goes a very long way. And all you do is pour this out into equal portions. Now, with your measuring cups that you get here, you'll be able to see all of the different directions. So for example, if you poured 70 ml of this into the cup of part A, you would also pour 70 ml in of part B, and you mix them together. I'm going to talk to you all about the mixing process during the show, how to work with it, how to cure it, how to let it set, and how to work with it effectively with things like gilding flakes, metal leaf, and colourants which come in the kit. So let's talk a bit more about that. So for the kit, which is shop large, because it's your large resin creation kit, you're going to get the two mediums. You're going to get the measuring cups inside there as well. So you're going to get 6 cups. You're going to get packs of your protective gloves. Okay, so wear gloves when you're working with resin. It's much safer and easier to do. It's easy to clean up. As well, you're going to get your full kit of pipettes. So for adding dyes, colours, or adding resin to smaller moulds, you've got this. You've also got a trio pack of gilding flakes. Now you're going to get gold, silver and copper inside there. You're going to get a bunch of your lolly sticks as well, so they're perfect stirrers for resin. Wooden stick is always the easiest one to work with. It doesn't react with the resin, and also it's easier to clean and it's sustainable. And then inside here as well, you're also going to get 8 different dyes. So you've got these 8 dye colorants that are going to work perfectly with your resin. We do also have additional dyes on the show, but this is what's going to get you going, get you started. So it's shop large for the kit itself. Really busy for this one already, all right? So please don't miss out on it. In fact, whilst you're with me, should we demold something together that's made from this resin? Stay there, I'm coming straight back. So this one here, I believe now is fully cured. Well, it's fully set to be demolded. So these were all made last night at about 6 o'clock, so they've had just over 12 hours. So I've got another update for you. The resin kit is now a quarter of the stock has gone. All right, so it's absolutely flying. So let's demold this one, shall we? The molds that we're using today are also on the show. Look at this. It sets beautifully. It's crystal clear, and you can add pigments to it as well, and it's so safe and easy to work with. So I'm just going to start by peeling back the mold itself. Here we go. Rolling it back. So this one's not cured yet, and when I say it's not cured, curing times are about 48 hours, okay? But you can demold within 12. Let's take, oh my goodness. Look at that. And then we've also got the lid as well. How cool is this? And that's made with this resin kit. That is unbelievable. The quality of that, look at how crystal clear it is, but it's got a tint of colour using the colours that you get inside the kit. This is where you can make and sell to your heart's content. You could use these for all sorts of containers. Now notice this, look, if I squeeze it, it's got a little bit of movement in it. It can ever so slightly squidge a little bit. That's because it's not fully cured yet, so you still want to let it cure. It's completely dry, okay, so it's not wet in any way. It's not sticky at all. But with this, with the lid on, it is demoldable. Hello, Amanda.
Hello. A message from Stephanie.
Oh.
That pot's hers.
Oh, okay. Stephanie says this pot's hers, apparently. So I'm so but look how cool this is. Which means you get complete transparency and translucent effects. Now you can of course alter that by the pigments that you use inside here, whether it's alcohol inks, which we've got on the show, metallic markers inside here as well. Whether you're going to be using water-based acrylics inside here, you can use that too. Metal flakes, dried flowers, embellishments that you want to set inside here. You could even set little lights inside it as well. Amanda's playing with the mould. She's coming to have a play. Do you want to have a look at her? There she is, look. She's having a play with the moulds.
I've not seen these, David. Well,
Well, this is it. You have to watch the show
you haven't
because
got
everybody
one.
else is the same.
Oh, David, these are beautiful. Right, I'm going to put one.
I have become obsessed with epoxy resin.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to share with you as well the lovely Jane, who is one of our colleagues here at Highlight Crafts. She's worked with resin now for, I'm going to say, probably about 6 to 10 months, something like that. Maybe not even as long as that.
It's coming up, I think it's coming close to about a year.
Yeah.
The thing that she's been doing with resin is incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing. And Jane joined us as not a crafter.
She's not a crafter.
She's not a crafter.
Not a crafter.
But she got into the world of resin and she was working with this kit and she loves it, okay? And she started selling her crafts. And she's been working with trinket jars, with pots, jewellery, embellishments, tags, all sorts, okay? Whether it's gifts for family, but she doesn't only enjoy the whole process of making it, it's the demolding. So you get to enjoy putting your favourite embellishments in, your favourite colours, your favourite inks, your favourite pigments, whether it's dried flowers, and then you get to enjoy actually filling it in the mould, demolding it, finishing it, gifting it or selling it. You've got like 10 satisfactory factors that are included with one project, and for me that's just a win-win. You can get that with only very few different mediums out there in the world, but resin is one that's not only very, very on trend at the moment, everyone's doing it, but it can cost a lot of money. So we've been able to get this kit in this configuration with this formula for you for under £45, which is bonkers. And please bear in mind, you're also going to get your Highlight Crafts Club discount taken off that price at checkout. So you're going to get further deductions on your price. You're going to get additional points with your purchase, and you're going to get free postage because it's over £35. So shop large though. We are approaching half of the stock in allocation. You've not even seen it being used yet. I can't tell you how easy this is to work with. It is equal components, part 1 and part 2, part A or part B, whatever you want to call it, equal quantities, mix them together, 5 minutes of a gentle folding mix. That's exactly how you want to work with this resin. 5 minutes to get a perfect consistency, and the fact that you can demold within 12 hours for me is a game changer. And deep dish molds like this, it doesn't matter how deep the mold is with this medium because it's a curing process. It's not an evaporation process. So it's not like moisture is seeping its way out and it's going to dry from the top down. It cures at the same time. It's amazing. So if you want to get results like this at home, this easy, this quick, this simple and cost effective, shop large. For £44.99 is this one. We are going to have a look at this at demo, and I cannot wait to demo this for you because it's so exciting and it's brand new. Fancy that? I've come straight back and we've got something new to share with you. That's how it works here.
Are you happy to do it now, or should we...
Sure. Do you want me to do it now? Okay, we're going to do it now, everyone. We're going to do it now. I'm going to I'm going to leave the iPad here because I don't want to resin the iPad, but I'm going to bring this mould with me because I'm going to show you how we can fill the lid. Okay? Right, so I'll do a small portion to build up to start with, and then we can work our way through the show because we've got all sorts. In fact, before I do it, do you want to see another one being demolded? Because it's just like proper cool. Right, so here we've got another one of our trinket pots. Okay, you'll find all of the molds on the website if they're not on the show as well. So I'm going to start by rolling it down. Now these are all silicone molds. All of our molds that we share with you here at Highlight Crafts are silicone. Okay. Now that means for you that they're fully flexible and they're easy release. So you don't need any self-releasing spray on here. You don't need to oil them or grease them. You don't want to add anything to them. They are instantly good to go and they're clean after every use. So you don't need to wash them. Right, okay, so roll it back like this. There we go. And then you just take out the center of the mold like that, and look at this. Now this one here was used with the silver gilding flakes inside it with one of the blue pigment dyes that comes with the kit. So this was made entirely with the kit. We've also got the lid. And take this off as well, and then we have got the resin lid to go inside it. How amazing is this? This looks so good. In fact, what I'm going to show you as well, that you could add tea lights, like your battery operated candles in here, and I did actually bring my phone in for a light, so I wanted to show you that look how good it is if you were to get a torch and put little tea lights inside them. How amazing does that look? They are so cute. Now I'm going to share with you, everybody, 60% of the resin kit is now in allocation. It is absolutely flying out. All of the stock that we have got for this brand new product is on this show. Once it's gone on this show, it might take a little while for us to get it back in. We'll try our best to do so, but it's flying. So if you want to get it, now is your chance to do it. But let's work with it, shall we? I want to show you how you actually use this, because this is addictive. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting my phone away, because that's not great, is it? Right, so we're going to work with our resin. Now, you want to always make sure before you do anything, pop your gloves on. I know a lot of people don't use gloves while they're crafting with resin. I prefer to, and you can use the gloves supplied in the kit, or you could use your own. It's entirely up to you, but these are great because they're disposable, and they're really lightweight as well, so sometimes it feels like you're not even wearing them. But it's entirely up to you. You can use latex ones or ones that you find most suitable. Or some people use just one glove while they're working with it. These are kind of like the hair dye gloves that you get, so they're really easy and very familiar. So what we're going to do first is I've got with me a weighing scale. You can use it by weight or you can use it by measurement. It's entirely up to you. A lot of people go on weight. Oh, hi Amanda. You okay?
Do you need this in here?
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you want me to pop it in? I'm not going to light it, but Amanda has bought me a little tea light. Thank you very much. So we could pop a tea light inside there, because this is designed for the perfect width of a tea light, because they're all pretty much the same. So you could either pop a tea light in here, but I'm going to suggest you use a battery one inside a resin if it's that close, but one with an open channel, a wider channel around the edge. You pop it inside like that. Amanda, look at this whilst you're here. Look at what it does when you put your light. So what it would look like with the light inside it.
What else have you demoulded?
Look at this. Look at that one.
Put the little doodad on.
Look at that. And then, yeah, the little candle. Oh, I know what I need to show. The tree. The tree. Got right. So this resin tree, you could set, whilst this is setting, if you've got one of those battery tea lights like this, you know, with a little plastic flame, set that in the top of the mould so that the actual bulb is set inside the tree, because then you can still change the batteries. Let's look at this one. This is going to look really good. Oh, look at that. Oh, can you pop us the lights a second? Is that okay?
Are we ready? Are we all right switching the lights off, Amber? Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my word, look at that. Look like I'm casting a spell. Look at that. Isn't that incredible?
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's quite bright. My torch on my phone is very bright, but you have got this wonderful effect here with the tree on this candle. It looks amazing. Let's have a look at this one so you can see we had that one on there as well. And then we had our lovely little blue jar. In fact, should we demould another one while we're here? Do you want to just pop us the lights on a second? There we have us. Oh, pop us the lights on. I'm just going to pop the lights on a second. Amanda's just finding the switch. So I think the light switch just got a bit hot. And then what I'm going to do is demould this one. This is with our, I love this mould. It's like a poofy cushion.
Oh no. Are we doing it again?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, go on then. Look at that.
David, look at that.
That's like a disco ball.
That's beautiful.
This looks so good. Imagine all of these on your light board. They look so good. Right, you've got to try this resin kit. It is so fun. You're going to love it so much. Imagine actually setting them into a fairy light bulb, like an LED, and you make your own fairy lights and they've got all their own bulb heads on. There's so many ideas.
You can get like plates.
There we go.
Big lights back on.
Oh dear. Right.
Is that what it is when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah. Oh. Right. Okay. It's all allocated.
Check out because you can still get 10.
Oh, right. Okay, everybody. We are fully allocated on the resin kit. I am sorry. I know it's gone really, really fast. We're only just over 15 minutes into the show, but we're going to make one. Okay, we're going to make some. Right, okay. I'm going to use it by weight. You can use it with the measuring cups though, but I want to show you that, of course, if you ever did get to a point where you needed to dispose of those cups, you can still work with this kit with any other disposable cup. Okay, so by measurement of volume or weight, this is perfect for. So we could use either one of these molds because we've just demolded them all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with part A and part B. I'm going to get my scales and I've protected the surface we're working on as well because we don't want to, of course, get resin on our mat. You can clean it up, you just want to make sure you've done it before it's set, and you do have a very long open window. I would recommend using something like an alcohol-based cleaner with a resin because it will clean it up well. Right, so I'm going to work with this cup here, just a regular disposable cup. Pop it onto my weighing scale, and I'm going to do about, I think, 50 grams of each, because I'm just going to do a small casting to start with. I'm going to go in with part A, of course, start with your number A, your letter A. Okay, just going to take the stopper out of the top, bear with me, there we go. So you want to keep your stopper, always keep it in there, you don't want anything evaporating from these. And we're going to go straight in, okay, and pour until I get 50. Now do a nice, gentle, steady pour. Okay, if you do lots of pouring, it's going to bubble a little bit. Now I've got 55 in there, so I know I'm going to do a 55 of the next one. So put the stopper back in, okay, and just keep on top of your housekeeping with your bottles. Keep around the neck of the bottle nice and clean. And then we're going to go in with part B, okay. So I'm going to reset my scale back to 0, okay. Take the stopper out of it. Okay, and remember, always keep that stopper. If they ever fell over in the drawer or in the cupboard, that stopper's going to stop them leaking. I'm going to go back up to 55 with part B. Okay, nice, slow and steady pour. I'm going to show you inside this cup, because the slower you pour, you eliminate the potential for bubbles to form. So 3, 4, 5. There we go. Exactly that for the next one. So if I just show you, you can see just inside there, look at that, it's completely clear already. There's no bubbles at all in here. Now we want to try and keep that as it is. So by doing so, I'm now going to use one of our lolly sticks that comes with that kit, and we're going to do a gentle fold. Now I was speaking to Jana, resin connoisseur here at Highlight Crafts, and she is amazing at resin work. The stuff she's done is absolutely phenomenal. But she advised, and it's a great tip, is to do gentle folding when you're stirring. So don't stir erratically. It's a nice gentle stir. For one, what it does is it allows the two components to bond together. So they're actually making perfect contact. They're bonding together, but you're not introducing and oxygenating. You know, like when you're whisking to create a batter, when you're doing your cake mixes and stuff, you want to whisk it to add loads of air to it to, bulk it out and, aerate the whole thing. With this, you're doing the opposite. It's so that you don't create that process. Now, it's recommended to stir this for 5 whole minutes, okay? So I'm going to stir it for 5 minutes, because whilst I'm stirring it, I can also run through some other items that we do have on the show for you. So I'm just going to say, we do have an update for you, okay? And this happened in the earlier show. 1 or 2 have bounced, I think 1 or 2, might have 2 that have bounced back into stock, okay, from somebody's basket. That could be an accident. They may have accident, and if it is, I'm sorry, you need to double check whether it's in your basket or not. But if it is, you really do need to check out at this point, because there is a couple left. It is shop large. It's $44.99, okay? But if you want to get it, now is your chance to do it whilst those few have popped back in, because in a few minutes' time, I'm probably going to be saying it's gone again, okay? But please just bear in mind that it is one of our fastest selling products that we have launched today, okay? So let's have a look. Whilst I'm stirring this, I'm just going to give you a brief overview again of what's in that kit, whilst we've still got a few of them remaining, and we'll actually have a look, shall we? And I'm going to keep a gentle stir going. I've not added anything else to this. I've not added any fillers, any of the compounds yet, okay? We've got it just as is. Now, in your kit, you're going to get part A and part B, 2 of your huge 32-ounce bottles, okay? This is a big amount of resin, a proper big hefty kit. You also get all of the measuring cups. Along with that, you're going to get the stirrers, you're going to get your lolly sticks, you're going to get 3 packs of gilding flakes, you're going to get your silver, gold, and your copper. You're also going to get your pipette tubes as well inside there, so you've got all your squeezy pipettes to work with, and you've got your protective gloves and the dyes. You would think those would be sold separately, right? No, they're in the kit. You get everything. So if you're at home thinking, I want to get into resin, but I don't want to have to buy 1,000,001 things to do it, all you need to do is type shop large, and you've got everything that you need, okay? Only thing extra is moulds. And of course, you might already have got some, but if not, we do have some on the show for you. So you've got those as well. $44.99 for your kit today, which is an exceptional price considering you're getting a luxury product, which is going to take you into a completely different realm of craft. Now, there's a few things about resin that I would say are probably one of the most exciting elements of it. For one, it's the quality, it's the finish, the overall result. Also, I've barely any odour with this. It's minimal odour, which I love. I've seen a few resins out there. I've been around a few resins where it's very, very, very potent. It's very strong. this is very minimal in the odour. So in your craft room, where you would make your cards, where you would do your painting and your stenciling, is where you can now do your resin crafting at the same time. So something like this is achievable in all of those destination areas, but you're getting the whole kit together. Should we have a look at another one that we've got as well, though, for you? Because this, again, as mentioned, there's only a couple left and they will end up going. So if you want to get them, now is your chance to do it. It is shop large to go for it. Thank you so much for joining us. If you did manage to get hold of it, congratulations. As I said, a couple of bounce backs. So please just, be sure that you're getting it. Right. We have got for you the next kit. Now, this one here is shop resin. Now, this collection here is brilliant. You've also got inside here 2 components. You again have your part 1 and part 2 inside here. You've got your resin pouring cups. So these little measuring cups are great because this is like full of your jewellery and your smaller scale ones. You also in this kit have your moulds as well. So you've got 2 jewellery moulds in here for earrings, embellishments, pendants, necklaces, the lot inside here. You also have beads, sequins, diamonds, jewels, not real diamonds I'm afraid, but you've got what looks like incredible slices of orange, raspberries inside here, diamante effects that glisten and just look gorgeous for all-round jewellery creation. Along with that, you're also going to get a set of 6 pigment dyes, your jump ring chains, you're going to get 2 pipettes, 3 packs of gloves, lolly sticks again inside here, a fabulous kit for you inside there, which is shop resin for £34.99. That's unbelievable. So your jewellery resin kit is a great one to go for. Now I made some of the samples with this kit, which was one of the first times I'd worked with this particular type of resin. It was really easy to use. Again, equal quantities, super easy to work with. The measuring caps are on the top of the bottle. Because it's designed for jewellery, you measure it in smaller quantities. So for example, on each one you have your measuring cup. So I think I used 20 ml of this one and 20 ml of that one inside here. And it filled all of these mouldings, and then I had some left over to make beads and gems from. So it went a very long way. And I mixed it all in one little cup. So one of these little cups, you just divide them up. You get loads of them inside here, this little stack, they're all pressed together. You mix it in a cup, and then every single time you want to go from your full mix, pour a little bit into here, mix that with your favourite colour, then into your mould. Then pour a bit more in, mix that with another colour, next mould. So you've got one that you're working on and one that you're decanting from. Really easy. I love working with it that way. It made it really fun as well. You also get a pair of tweezers for all of your finer little embellishments to slot inside the mouldings. Super, super fun. I've stopped staring, but it doesn't matter. We'll be okay. Right, okay, so that one there for you is shop resin. Now, what we do have down here is a mould kit, and these are like your keyring moulds, but you're going to get all of the findings and embellishments to go with it. Now I'm going to bring over these ones that we've already poured so you can see what they look like, and we're going to demould one. This has been filled using the large resin kit, but in these moulds. Now look at these. So they pop out just like that, and then you get these wonderful keychains and keyrings, but when you pop these out, you get a recess on the inside, which means you can then fill that back up with another coloured resin. You could put a dried flower inside here, or beads or diamantes, then fill it with resin and encapsulate that inside. These are fabulous. Look at them. Aren't they just gorgeous? I'm going to lay that one flat there on the table, but you can see the marbling of the dyes on the inside of it. Doesn't that look amazing? That could be a belt buckle. That looks like it could be a charm on a handbag. It could be anywhere. But this kit, it's £24.99, which is a phenomenal price for 2 A5 moulds with all of those different shapes and size. You get all of the pearls, you get the rings, you get the chains inside here as well to work with your keyrings with a little sort of attachment on there, and you get all of these little hoops that are going to bind all of those chains together. A fabulous piece of equipment there that you absolutely must have when you're resin crafting, because you want to pour it into something that's not only desirable, functional, achievable, but really commercial. And what I mean by that is the fact that if you upload these to your favourite places where you sell your crafts, people are going to love them, because that's what we love. When you go on holiday, what do you buy? You buy a keyring to bring back with you. Keyrings are huge. People collect tons of them. Or whether you just want them, one that's going to be on different keys for different areas of the house, that sort of stuff. That one there for you is shop key. Okay, £24.99. We're going to have a look at some of these decorative silicone mouldings that we've got on the show though now, because these are gorgeous. Okay, absolutely beautiful moulds. Now the first set that we're looking at here, your top set, look at them, the silicone, super flexible, super detailed. You can use these with your epoxy resin that we have on today, or you can also use it along with your resin cast. Now this is Shop Baroque, but unbelievably it's £9.99. Now with epoxy resin you can go fine, you can go detailed, you can go intricate with your moulds because it carries and flows through, but it's incredibly high strength. So spindly hairline elements are still strong and durable, and that's the difference with this. 3 silica moulds there, £9.99 for those ones. Shop Baroque. The next set for you, we've got 4 moulds in the making here in this collection. Beautifully detailed moulds, of course, that you've got here in this one. Shop Classic for your classical set, £9.99. These are going to look great on the trinket boxes. But also remember that when you demould, it's still got a flex to it. So when you demould it, before it's cured after that 24 hours, look at how you can bend it before it's fully set, because this one was only poured yesterday. That means that when you're pouring these moulds and you take them out, if you're going around a circular jar or a tube or a table, anything, you can still mould it to the right desired shape or angle or curve that you need it to be, glue it in place, and it'll set like that. That's what's different about this, so different. So that one's Shop Classic, £9.99. We've got some more elements on the show. I mean, we've got loads more to show you as well, but this is a great toolkit. Look at all of these in here. This is filled with stuff. I'm going to open this up. I've got my gloves on, so I might be a little bit spillagey. But we've got all of the jump rings inside here for all of your key rings. So, of course, these are going to go really well with the key ring kit we looked at a minute ago. You've got all of these little lobster claws as well, which are fabulous. Now, this is shop closure for all of your clasps and closures of different sizes as well. Look at how small these ones are, though, for like your jewellery and your necklaces. These are for all your bracelets and charms that you'll be making for all of your keyring additions. It's an assorted chain, hook and closures bundle for you. A massive selection, hundreds of elements inside there for you. £24.99 for that. That's a fabulous price for all of those elements in there. That's a brilliant price. Wow. That is really, for all of that in there. That's brilliant. Right, okay, you're going to need something to work with these because you're going to want to pry some of them open. So you're going to want a set of pliers. But you're not just going to want one set. You're going to need a variety of pliers that do different things. So you're like your flat nose ones. You're also going to want cutters as well as ones for curling your wire and jewellery. Now this is Shop Tool 2245, one of the probably the most fundamental pieces of equipment that you will buy within jewellery making, but also across craft. Now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here, as well as the ring, which is enabling for you to create those fabulous pieces of jewellery that you're going to work with from your resin. Now this is the pliers set with the ring included. I saw Hannah using this actually when we had a jewellery show, and it really was interesting to see how it can actually be all combined together. But for this full set of pliers, with your cutters and all of the different shaped ones, they're going to be fundamental. So please don't forget to check these out. Set of wonderful craft pliers there for you. £22.45. That's a great price. You pay like £9.99 for one of those in a craft shop. Alcohol inks, mixing them in with, of course, the resin is something you can do. You're working with an epoxy resin which adapts alcohol ink really well. And also remember, in these alcohol inks, you've got metallic colours, I know, which means you can have metallic marked alcohol ink travelling through your resin creation. Talking of resin creations, just going to carry on steering. We've got 2 collections here for you. We've got the blush collection, which is at the top here. Shop Blush, £27.99. It's a 24-piece kit of alcohol inks. 24 inks in total. Loads to work with inside here. Tons of different colours, variations. None are repeated in here. These work really well, of course, on things like UPO and acetate, on surfaces of glass and mirror, all non-porous surfaces, so slick surfaces it goes really well on the top of, like your laser look and your decoupage papers. You can create that fabulous inky background, but also inside your resin it mixes really well. That Shop Blush alcohol inks, £27.99 for all those at a great price. We've then got another set of 24 for you down here, which is your darker colours. This is Shop Refreshing. A refreshing set of colours, a full rainbow with neons included. Look at those colours. I mean, wow. That in your resin is going to look bonkers. It's going to look so good. Shop Refreshing, £27.99 for another set of full 24 colours. We do, however, also have some more moulds. So let's have a look at these, shall we? These are your Craftmaster moulds. These are your blue moulds. Now we're starting off here with the Swag. So Shop Swag, $7.99 is going to get you this wonderfully detailed, very Victoriana style swag one inside here. We've then also as well got for you the next one, which is Shop Swirl, which is this one down here. Shop Swirl is $7.99. Wonderful, almost like identical mirrored angel wings that you've got there for you. And the next one that we're going to have a little look at is your foliage. So this is Shop Foliage. It's like the swagged foliage, very regal in design, just £7.99. All silicone here as well. Your motif, one of my most adaptable and favourite ones, which I think you're going to absolutely love, is the motif for £10.19. And then we're finishing off our counter here as well with some additional moulds on the show. Oh, we've got this one here as well. If we looked at this one's Shop Flourish with those wonderful deep flourished elements inside here. These look great not only with your resin but with clay, with your resin cast. All sorts can be worked with inside those. Now we've got some trinket jars. Now Shop Trinket is going to get you the pair of these. These are 2 trinket moulds, and these are the ones that make, let me just grab the finished article, they make these in 2 separate sizes. Okay, so you can get 2 different moulds in there. Shop Trinket for your solid lid trinket jars, set of 2. They come with the lid as well. So you get 2 different mouldings, and each one has 2 pieces, so you actually get 4 moulds there in total. And that is an incredible price, $24.99. We've then got Shop Tall, which is your tall trinket jar, which I created, demolded for you here on the show, which was the pink clear one. This one here, look at that. Isn't it fab? Shop Tall, $15.99 if you want to create that. Would make a wonderful pencil pot, tea light holder. It would look great with anything inside. That could be a really elegant water pot for your painting as well. Maybe it's going to keep little cotton wool pads in it for taking your makeup off of an evening. You know, you could use it for anything really, couldn't you? And then we have the big one, which is Shop Bowl, which I'm going to demold for you next. This is the big one, okay? But it's only $17.99 for a mould this big. You absolutely, definitely want to get that one in your basket. Talking of it, should we go and have a look at being demolded and have a look at it and have a see? So I've got my resin here that I have been working with. Just going to have a little sip, not of resin. Don't drink the resin. Right, okay, so I'm going to take this mould. We've got the lid here. This is the big Shop Bowl one, okay? So the lid pops out super easy. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And those colours inside there just look beautiful, okay? And then we're going to get the bowl. I'm going to have a go at taking this one out for you during the show, live. Oh my goodness, look at how glossy it is. And that's the beauty of these moulds. It makes it so shiny and glossy. And you can add a top coat as well of resin to it, or something like Aquastone if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't actually need it in many cases though, because it comes out the mould looking this fabulous. I love it. It's so good. Right, so I'm going to peel all of this back. Look how easy it is to demold something like that. I'm hardly putting any pressure on it. Oh my goodness, you're going to love this. Wow. Oh my word. Look at that. That looks like Murano glass from Venice. Well, from Murano, but look at that. That is unbelievable. Absolutely astounding. And you've got the lid on top as well. That's just, look at that. Amber, isn't that beautiful? That's just, it looks like glass. That looks like glassware, and that is using this resin kit. You are going to love working with this. Let's do it, shall we? Because I need to make one of these. That's just, I just can't get over how glossy it is. These projects with this resin are stunning. Look at those. You need these in your life. Right, let's do one and mix some dye and some gilding flakes in with it, shall we? So, you can do a full swirl where basically you mix the entire pigment in with the resin as you've added it, or you can do a partial swirl where you can see here the colour is veined and given us these like vein lines inside here as well, so it sort of like marbles. So you can do either one. It's entirely up to you. So we're going to choose our colour to work with, and if I pour it into a mould like this, you'll be able to see it easier. Okay, so I want you to be able to see the easiest way of working with it and the clearest results. So we select one of our colours that comes with our kit, and you could use 2 colours at once. So I'm going to go with the red and the blue. Okay, Now, with these, only a very small amount is needed. So I'm going to pop literally a little drop just inside there, like that. We might want some more, but I'm going to start off with a small amount. And then I'm also going to put inside here as well. Let's have a look. A little bit of the blue. Okay, and then we're going to start swirling. So again, gentle, slow stir with this. Work around and look at how that is marbling into the resin. Doesn't that look cool? That's amazing. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is add some gilding flake. Now I'm going to add, I think to this one, I'm probably going to add some silver inside here, which is going to look really nice. Okay. So to do this, I'm actually going to take my thumb out of my glove. There we are. And my hands have got all hot actually, so it's probably going to stick to me straight away. But, in fact, actually, let's get a lolly stick. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. I'm just going to use this hand instead. I'm going to start sprinkling some of it inside the resin. And you could put glitter in here. You could put dried flowers in here. You could put embellishments of any kind inside here. Plastic ones or glass ones or paper ones. There's so much to explore with resin. It really is very exciting. Then I'm going to mix that in with the resin in there, look. So we've got, oh, I can hear my tummy rumbling. I'm going to put my, oh, Amber, have you got something to eat? Oh, Amber's got a little bit of a snack. You know, the first thing I ate when I came back from Turkey was a steak bake. Very much at home. Literally straight through the airport. That's it. I'll have one of those. Right, okay, so, and a cup of tea. You can take him out of Turkey, or you can take him out of Sheffield, but you can't take Sheffield out of him. So, what I'm going to do is mix all of that through. I'm going to put any excess flakes back inside the pot, he says, without sneezing. And so I'm going to put these back inside here, and you get these 3 little pots with that large resin kit, okay? And I'll run through the details of that kit as well, because I think we've still got some left. I don't know how, but it's been so busy. Now, inside here, I've got those flakes, and I've got the pigment dye together, and I've not fully mixed the dye in, because I don't want it to be fully mixed, but it's going to tint it, while still giving us that gentle veining. Now, with this, I'm just going to take off any excess. There we are, and pop that back inside, just like that. I'm going to rest my spatula just on the side, and then we do a gentle pour. Now, after you finish mixing with resin, it's advisable sometimes to let it stand for a while, okay? Like when you're proving dough. But you let this stand for just a couple of minutes, and what happens is that all of the air bubbles, if any, will start to then come to the surface, so then they're not having to travel through your mould, okay? But this one, very fortunately, doesn't really have any. So we're going to start pouring straight in. So on your mould, you want to make sure your mould is always on a nice flat, level surface, and gently pour from the cup straight through to the centre, and just let it flow at a nice, slow, natural pace, okay? If you're working into a detail mould, sometimes you can use your pipettes to guide it and give it a little bit of a push. There we go. Make sure any of the flakes are sat within the resin. And don't overfill your moulds. You don't want it to be spilling over the edges. If it is, don't worry. You can just use your pipette, and you go in with your pipette like this, and you suck it up. See how it's drawing up the pipette like that if you put too much in? And you can put that then back inside the cup. Okay? But that one is filled perfectly. Now there's a few things you can still do at this point. You could go back in with the dyes that you use, because you can see how it's given it a wonderful rose tinted look. You could go in again with the ink, like this, just on the top, and it slowly will bleed through. So it'll give you like a wonderful ombre bleed, and it'll drop through the mould. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tease it. So I'm going to take that pipette again and do just a little swirl in here with the blue and the red, and look at how it's all just slowly shifting and giving us this incredible finish. Isn't it lovely? That looks beautiful, okay? I'm a little bit obsessed with this resin. So there we've got that one. Let's make another one for this, shall we? Let's do another set. So I've actually still got some resin inside here, which I'm not going to waste. I'm going to keep that because I'm actually going to pour it inside this one, because we can make another one of these pots. So let's put that inside there. Again, nice and slow, gentle. Pour into here. And just before we move on, I'm going to add some more colour to that because I didn't get much of the pigment in this one. So I'll set that to one side because that's done with now. Then I'm going to add, again, the red. There we go. So you can add your colour before or after. It's up to you, really. With resin, there's so many different ways of how you can use it, and there's so many people that do it differently. So always do the way that you find suits you best. That's what I do with everything. I love to be able to share with you the way that I find most achievable and pass it on to you. And then when you get it home, you go, actually, David, I like to do it this way. And that works. That's how it works. It's fab. So I'm going to go back in. Look at how those colours have sort of like darted to the middle. So you can create fabulous different effects with it. Also with resin, once it's cured, you can paint it. So you could paint it afterwards if you wanted to. So let's swirl all the way around here, like that, and push some of it down into the mould. So it's not just all on the surface. So when we view it from the side, it's going to be like that three-dimensional colour drop. Oh, there we go. Look at that. This is so cool. So I'm going to set that one to this side. And the same with this while we make up another set. We only have about 10 minutes left on the show, everybody. It has been so busy this morning. Remember, you can still get Shop Large, which is that entire large resin kit. $44.99 is all that you're paying for everything. Everything inside there. I'm going to go in now with one of the cups again. So for this, I'm going to make a slightly larger batch. Okay, so I'm probably going to do about 65. Okay, so about 10 grams more of each one. So we go in with part A first. So you grab part A. It wouldn't make a great amount of difference if you use part B first, then part A, but we'll go with the system. So we're going to take our stopper off, and we're going to pour in directly 65 of this. Nice and slowly, gentle pour. You don't need to rush it. It's all fully mixed inside there as well, so you don't need to do anything. You just pour it straight from the bottle. Super easy. They're black bottles as well, so there's going to be no light permeating through these bottles, which will affect the product. Just always make sure you're storing them in a nice cool place. Okay, so nothing that's exceptionally warm, which I know is tricky, especially in current weather conditions like this, but just out of direct sunlight and out of the heat. Here we go. So 63, 4 and 5. There we go. Let's take any excess of that from the neck of the bottle. Put that stopper in here. Then we're going to do 65 of part B. It goes such a long way, honestly. Bear in mind, all of these projects that we've got here, everything that you see out, plus the ones I'm making, was made with this kit. And these are still more than half full, okay? So you're going to get loads inside here. It goes such a long way. I can't stress that enough. Oh, let's have a look. Let's say, so can you make large bread? No, sorry, Sharon, good morning, Sharon. Can you make large... Sorry, I'm looking up here, so it might look a bit strange when I'm looking up there, but we've got questions on the screen now. It's a bit fancy. It's all changed since I've come back. Sharon Taylor, good morning to you, Sharon. Thank you for joining. Can you make large beads? Yeah, absolutely, you can make large beads. If you've got a mould to make the beads, absolutely you can do, or on a non-stick surface, you could just pipette them out and then make flat back beads. You could do all sorts with those. They would look great. So yeah, absolutely you could do. Sharon as well says, David, what is a tubular item next to your trolley? Oh, tubular item next to my trolley. I'm not sure. Is it this? Is it my glass? It could be that. I don't know. Maybe it's that. I'm not sure which tubular item you mean, but let me know, and I will shout out if there is one. I don't know if it's that mould, but let me know, and I'll hopefully try and answer that for you. Tracy, good morning, Tracy. Lovely to have your company this morning. Can you add the resin with the grog clay? I'm going to suggest you probably wouldn't use it with the grog clay. The reason why I used the resin cast with grog clay was because plaster and clay have similar properties in their sort of curing process, and they're also very much natural based mediums. So I wouldn't use an epoxy based medium with the grog clay. I would only use the resin cast because of course you have to thoroughly wash the resin when you demold, etc. Also, the resin cast, you can demold it in about an hour. With this, you want to leave it for around about 12 hours. So that grog clay, by the time that this is set, it may fuse or the clay might dry around it. So I wouldn't mix the two together. But I hope that answers that for you. But great shout, worth the ask. Let's have a look. Sharon Taylor says yes, the mould. Oh, it was this. Sorry, this was one of our trinket jars. It's the mould. It's just basically popped inside out. That's what the tubular item I think might have been that you're referring to, Sharon. If you start at home at the screen going, no, I mean this instead, I am sorry. I'm trying to eliminate. Oh, it's sold out as well. Trinket jars have sold out. But yeah, keep your questions coming through. We're going to make this one because we only have 5 minutes left. So I'm going, I probably won't have time, but I'm going to try. So let's put part B in. There we go. That is definitely part B, isn't it?
This is all allocated now, the resin kits.
Oh, yes.
Check it out.
It's all fully allocated officially this time. We did have some bounce back, but it has now all fully allocated. So please do make sure to check those baskets out. This is a good time to do so before the end of the show, whilst I'm still here with you. Get it checked out. So 65 is what we're going for. 65. There we are. Perfect. So we're going to put inside our cap with our lid on, and then we're going to do a mix. You want to mix it for 5 minutes. For the purpose of the show, I'll mix it for a couple. Have we got any more questions coming through, Amber? Anything else? Anything else? Let me know as well. What have you been up to this week? I might have missed a few things. And we've got a full weekend of shows ahead. I know, right? Full 2 days of shows this weekend. It's going to be amazing. We've got Debbie in, we've got Jamie in, we've got loads of people coming in. It's going to be fabulous. So thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to stay with us over the weekend. We have a fabulous day on Saturday. I think Carl's doing his bacon sandwiches again. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's give this a good stir. Oh, Pauline as well. Good morning to you, Pauline. Could you do a clear gel candle in the resin jar or not? That's a good shout, Pauline. I'm going to suggest that with resin, you don't want to add a direct flame to it. So earlier when I was popping the tea light in, I suggested that you want to use a battery one. You might get away with it, but I don't think it would be ideal surface for direct contact with flames. I think you would want to keep it very much separate. So I would use it for storage only. What I would suggest doing is sitting a tea light in here that's battery operated, or something that would protect it from the heat, because eventually if you fill this with clear candle gel and it burnt down, that heat's going to get to the bottom, and this I'm assuming I don't think it would be fire resistant, or it would probably start to melt. So great shout, but I wouldn't put candles in there at all, not of that sort anyway. But give this a good thorough mix. I'm probably going to mix it for just a few more seconds. Again, gentle, continuous stir. You may find as well when you're working with it, when you do the initial mix, it will go ever so slightly cloudy. That goes. So the bonding process between the two makes it go slightly cloudy, and then it clears up again. It's just whilst the two chemicals slowly fuse together, that's what that process is. So we're mixing it, gentle rotations around, and then I'm going to add some colourants. We've used red and blue, so let's use something different. We've got green here. Should we use green and white? I don't know, why not? Let's just do something different. So we're going to go in with the green. Oh, I've dropped my cap in there. I don't want that in there, do we? We're going to fish that out. In fact, actually, I don't think I can use this one because I'm going to need a pinprick to open it. So I'm going to use a different colour. Let me have a look and see which one I've got here that's open for you. Oh, no, let's use the black. Okay, is the black one open? No. So instead, we're going to use some of our alcohol inks. Thank you, Amber. Crowd goes wild. So I'm going to put some of our... Oh, my word. That looks cool. Okay. So we're going to put some of our neons in here. And I'm just going for it because that's going to create purple in the middle of there. So I'm going to mix these two. And these alcohol inks are actually designed for resin, using for many of the things, but they are actually designed for resin. So this is going to create a wonderful colour swirl for us inside here. Oh, that looks really nice. I don't want to thoroughly mix it though because I love all the marbling it's created in there. I might actually let's fill this tree and see how full it gets, because we could just do it so it's slightly full. So let's mix this now. 1 minute. 1 minute 10. You've got to check out those baskets, guys. Oh, look at this. So it's going to marble all of the colour inside our Christmas tree mould. Oh, and I've put just enough in the cup. Fancy that. Okay, there we go. Now, before this sets, I'm going to go and grab a set of fairy lights from my drawer after this show, and I'm going to stick them in it so it dries, and I can actually show you it demoulding, because that's the video that we'll put out, okay? Get Hannah a video for that one. I've loved this show so much. Resin is such a fabulous product to get into. The kit has unfortunately sold out. I'm sorry about that, guys, but thank you so much for joining us. It's been a wonderful hour. As well, if you ever get a mould that's got a slight frosting to it, you can pour resin over it to sort of give a glossy look. I'm not going to do it now, though, because I don't have anything that I'm going to pour it into, and I don't want to make a mess, but I've got a bit of resin left in here, so let's just pour it in there. Look at that. Oh, you can see the colours. Right, everybody, that's it, I'm afraid. Got to go. I'm going to carry on crafting. There's another show starting in that studio. So have fun. Don't go anywhere. See you very soon. Thank you. Bye.